the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington football podcast by fans for fans. With your hosts, Jesse Martin.
You want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
John Taylor.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And Keith Gray.
The King, your majesty.
And now here's your host, Jesse Martin.
What is going on? Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. It is a Monday, August 16th. This is episode number 34, I believe. With me, as always, John Taman and Keith Gray. What's going on, fellas?
I forgot my headphones.
You forgot your headphones. Keith, how you doing, buddy?
Oh man, I couldn't be any more fantastic.
Oh,
Jesse.
Yeah.
I mean, this past 24 hours was just been a roller coaster. Wild, man. Wild.
That's great. John, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great now that I can hear everybody. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I forgot my headphones. The most important part of this podcast.
And today we have a special guest with us, Trevor Stores. What's going on, my man? How you doing? Thanks for coming on.
My guy Trev.
What's up, Jesse? How you guys doing? John, what's up, man? How we doing? Keith,
great,
as
man.
always.
Great. Appreciate
Very
you
good.
coming on and to chop it up with us.
Hey, listen, let me give you a little
It's a
quick
pleasure.
story on Trev. So didn't meet Trev until training camp, right? But he tossed out a little tweet because he was clowning me for wearing jeans. And he's like, you didn't bring anything else? And I'm like, oh man, no, I got to wear the same jeans twice. My man was offering to go to Ross to pick me up a fit to bring to camp. And so when I happened to see him, right, and we walked by. It was you, Jesse. It was early in the morning and we were walking, down the VIP and the lanes. And Trev's like, hey man, you still need those clothes? And I looked at him and it was like immediately knew who he was. And it was
and that's
great.
how we met. That was dope.
Yeah.
I got you, Keith.
Yeah,
Cool.
and I'll be
Family
honest with you, Trev. I had to ask. I was like, Keith, who the fuck was that? I just asked because
it's cool.
We listen when you're conversating, and we've had plenty of conversations on Twitter, but
When you're conversating,
when you're tweeting back and forth, fuck you. When we're having a conversation,
That 8th grade education.
okay,
thing, right? We over
you're
here
a fucking dick.
conversating.
Yeah.
Okay, shut up. You just don't know who the hell you're talking to because a lot of times
Right.
they're Abbeys or something totally different, and it was just all right. We're fucking moving on. God damn it.
I swear to God, Keith, please just sitting here having us a conversation, and all of a sudden, God,
Man.
what the hell's that coming out of
All
nowhere?
right,
would've said the
guess
same
what?
thing.
We've had some news come out of Washington Park. First, we're going to get to the recap of the preseason game, but we had a couple of cuts. We had Kelvin Harmon, which is the big name, Lamar Miller, and Chris Miller. No relations, I don't believe. But Trevor, I want to start with you. Now, there's a lot of people that's upset about this Kelvin Harmon situation, which I just don't fucking get. Like, I don't get it. They're upset that they think that AGG should have gotten cut or Steven Sims Jr. should have gotten cut. What do you think, or let me ask you this: how do you feel about the Kelvin Harmon cut?
I was totally surprised. I'm not really happy about it right now. I think they should have given them at least some more playing time in preseason to make that determination. Guys like Isaiah Wright could have been cut. Tony Brown could have been cut. Really?
Sure.
Like AGG on the fence. But I just think they did my man kind of dirty, even though everybody's saying they gave him a chance to go sign somewhere else. No, we didn't even get to see what he looked like in the game situation. We just saw him shine in camp. He got a couple targets in preseason. They were like, okay, that's it. I just think that he deserved a little bit more playing time to showcase if that knee is actually healthy or not.
All right, John, what do you think, man?
I think my dog better leave my fucking foot alone. All right. Excuse me. I know a lot of people don't want to see him get cut. I didn't want to see him get cut either. I'd like to see him at least get some work with some twos so that we can see if he can do anything. Putting him out there with freaking Montez is like saying, you know what, just go stand over there, kid. We'll throw it to you once in a while. But I do get that he can try to catch on someplace else. But, that's kind of like saying, okay, thanks for your help, Skippy. McDonald's is next door. You can just jog on over there. But at the same time, AGG, I believe, was drafted by Ron and his crew. So I can see why that might give him an edge. Am I right in that?
Yes.
So, okay. All right. Older memory. But that gives him a bit of an edge there. I don't know what the deal is with Harmon. I just know that they look at him every single day. I think Lamar Miller got shoved right out the door by Jared Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
He got a big old Jared Patterson footprint right on his ass.
Yeah, no, I agree. Keith, what about you, man?
Yeah, I have to say I'm kind of surprised about this one. But again, we're not, behind the scenes, closed doors. We don't know what kind of conversations are happening.
They're conversating.
Yeah, they're with the conversating that's going on.
Fucking dicks.
See, this is why I can never be serious on this podcast and like legit analysis, because anyways, we don't know what conversations that we're having behind closed doors. I mean, this could have been a mutual type situation. There could be still some injury type concerns as well, that we're unaware of, and maybe this is a way to get Harmon out there, before everyone else, so he can quickly be picked up, by someone else. And honestly, I think a lot of people are bummed out because they had high expectations. But if I'm right in this, I mean, he was a last round pick for us, correct?
I think he was a 6th round pick.
Yeah,
he was sixth out of NC State.
Okay, no offense, but he might as well be 22 then, round 22. It just, for me, it was, I know it's wrong to say, especially with Harmon being a hometown guy of where I'm from. I would have liked to have seen him stay, but like I said, it's weird because there is questions about AGG, and you're wondering like, okay, why not him? But I have to believe that there's reasoning that is more than just play on the field of what we saw from camp practices and stuff like that. So again, this comes down to and Ron we trust. I mean, I'm assuming he's making the right decisions.
Yeah, and look, I think I'm going against the grain a little bit with you guys. I not necessarily saw it coming, but I figured it was coming. I don't think AGG, Steven Sims, Isaiah Wright, or Harmon were going to make the team in the first place. I honestly, I think DeAndre Carter has solidified that 6th wide receiver spot. And Ron was like, all right, you have talent. He's got talent. Of course, I wanted him to do good. We want every person that's on this team to do well and to perform.
Before his injury, sorry to cut you off. Before his injury last season, what position? What number was he? Number
he
one.
He was a wide receiver too.
Yeah, he was. When you got a crowded back, crowded core, this season, that number 2 becomes number 7, 8.
That was my other
on
point
top of an injury.
Along. It's actually a good thing that you're cutting a player to the caliber of a Kelvin Harmon. That just goes to show you how legit our wide receiver room is now. Mm-hmm. You go from him being a wide receiver 2 in 2019 to him being a wide receiver 6 or 7 in 2021. That's got to tell you something right there.
Well, and the sure sign should have shown too that, when they brought in Curtis Samuel, that, they did not view Harmon as a true number 2.
And Harmon wouldn't have been a true number 2 on any other team. No. It was just how bad our wide receiver room was at the time. And as he went through the year, he got better and better, and him and Dwayne built a good rapport with each other. And, he started catching some balls, but he was never the fastest player on the field.
Not for that. He's supposed to be the big body over the middle.
Yeah, he was a possession receiver.
And the blocker.
Believe it or not, last year they had him actually listed in the slot on the depth chart.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily surprise me. I understand some people's frustrations. They, you know, we've been pulling for him. He got hurt. He got a bad dealt of cards, man. He just he got hurt, and he worked his way back. We watched him work his way back on Twitter, because you know he kept putting out in the tweets of him getting better and better. And then we had signs of him doing decent in training camp. And you know, it happens. John, you want to say something?
Sorry, just for a second there, Trev. I'll just point out that this is a fan base that went berserk because an old lady got fired. So it's no surprise that they're all out on the fucking ledge because Kelvin Harmon's gone.
I just maybe wanted to last this next preseason game just to see, you know, if you're going to cut him, maybe just because you mean to tell me he's not Tony Brown's really better than him, really?
That's why I think there's more to it than what's ever reported.
I also think it has to do with special teams as well.
He only does one thing.
I think keeping an Isaiah Wright and Steven Sims and even Gandy Golden, even though Gandy Golden doesn't do punt or kick returns, he still plays special teams. They're in a battle for punt and kick return right now. So that you got to look at it that way too.
You think he comes back on
Gandy
practice
Golden
squad?
Gandy Golden is a draft pick from the Ron Rivera regime as well. So they're going to give him every opportunity to try to make this team possible.
Right. I think Harmon get 12 plays last year before he got hurt, before we missed Gandy Golden. He really never got a chance to show anything.
Yeah, Gandy Golden got, I think, 1 or 2 balls thrown his way.
He fucked them both up.
I think Harmon's way better. And I think Harmon's way better than practice squad. Like
I think so too. And I think that's why they cut. That's why they cut him now, so he can go get picked up. And he's going to get picked up. And it's the best of luck to him. You know, I do think they did it. They did it the right way, so he has a chance to latch on to another team. So he
outside the division.
Yeah,
rumors are the Falcons are thinking about.
But I guarantee he's going to be in the eagle green uniform come next week, most likely, because they always pick up our trash.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. By himself, Kelvin Harmon will weigh as much as all the rest of the Eagles wide receivers combined.
That is true.
Amen, bro. Very true.
They are going to get broke up.
Devontae Smith about to get blasted.
So all right. So moving on, I want to get to last week's game and what we actually learned from the first preseason game. We lost against the Patriots. It was like 22-15. Right. Keith, what did you learn from that game?
Chase Young is absolutely a complete monster.
It's kind of small.
The man prepared for a preseason game like it was a week 1 game, and he came out balling with intensity when he could have been like some of these other starters in preseason where they just kind of fall back a little bit because they know their spot's secured. That's one of the things that I've learned. I also learned that Fitzpatrick is gonna definitely still be our starting quarterback, even though people are like, well, Heineke on that touchdown drive.
No, fucking Heineke.
Yeah.
I'm ready to trade him just to get that out of the system.
I've learned that what Logan Thomas isn't just a fluke. The man can play. It wasn't just a 1-year wonder. That's quite a bit. And I know we're going to get into this later, but I learned that Dustin Hopkins doesn't need to be our kicker.
Amen. And we definitely will dive into that in a little while. John?
I think if we dive into Dustin Hopkins, he's probably got a better chance of making a kick. After what Keith said, there's really not a whole lot more to have learned. There's some things that you like to see what Jarrett Patterson can do. I learned that I really like him, even just in a third down spot for the power back. I know it sounds kind of weird because he's so small, but being an old person, I remember this guy for the Giants named Joe Morris, who was a small little back like that. And just when he got down in between the tackles, like you saw the other night out of Patterson, he would burrow down there. He burrows underneath those guys, and that makes the linebacker have to tackle, other 300-pound men before they can even get a shot at him. You can get 6-7 yards like that. And I like that. When he saw open daylight, he had a burst, and I mean quick acceleration. I learned I like our punt returns. Finally, it looks like we're going to be able to get
when Steven Sims is not catching the ball.
Yes. Yeah. Amen. Thank you.
You can totally tell the
Sims.
difference because Steven Sims did catch the punch later on, but when Carter,
They tried
he
him.
got up the field, straight up the
Yeah.
field.
Even
that
Dax
makes
got
you
up the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say Dax Milne made some nice quick cuts in some tight spots, man. That's some
He's got
quick
some
feet
sweet
for a
feet,
tall
man.
boy. He does. I like the fact that Carter, now the first one that he got, he had a lot of grass in front of him. That was a bad punt. That guy way out punted his coverage. But the second one, man, he had to find an opening, make a quick move to get out of some traffic. And man, when he hit the accelerators, that was nice to see. That I learned a lot about. Chase Young, not only is he playing ready, but dude, have you noticed he's involved in every aspect of the game? It's the fourth quarter of the first preseason game. He hasn't played, and he's right there on the sidelines at the spot of the ball. You know, he's right there grabbing the guys as they're coming off the field. That's a leader.
Yeah, sure is. Trev?
I learned that whatever Sam Cosme has been learning in training camp, he literally took that to the field and dominated.
Yeah.
I had a little doubt when we drafted him, not much, but after watching him play, that kid is ready. Chase Young and Montez Sweat are doing a phenomenal job in camp, as you can tell, preparing him for the big leagues, and he did wonders.
That's how you get better.
Yeah, no joke.
Yep.
No joke. I really appreciated how comfortable, cool, calm, collective Fitzmagic already looks in this offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he said this is the best he's ever been a part of. You can tell my man's chewing gum, wearing a wedding ring, gets popped, gets back up, still chewing gum. Like, he has his connections early. You can tell that right now too. He has trust in some certain receivers already, and that's only gonna get better.
The throw he made to Terry coming across the middle was a thing of beauty. Terry's getting held, and he lets it go. And oh my God.
Yeah.
De'Ami Brown. Go ahead, Justin.
He's fast and he's quick, and he knows how to get open. That's for damn sure.
Also, this might not. No, you're good. This might not be popular, but I was impressed with Steven Montez's 2-minute drill down there at the end.
It was not bad. Yeah.
I mean, it was a play call, kind of dump offs, check downs 2 or 3 times in a row, but he stayed calm. He stayed, collected and stepped up and made some throws and let him down and threw it for a touchdown. So
my thing is, though, could he do that with the first? The ones.
No.
I don't know.
No, he's doing that against their 3s and 4s. So, but that's what he is.
But
so, but it was a nice drive, right? It was a nice drive.
Yeah, and this is his first,
peer group.
his first real action, because we didn't have any of this last year because of COVID. He's been playing against his teammates his whole time he's been in the league. So this is
good point.
Yeah.
I mean, he did what we kind of expected.
Beard, yeah.
No, great point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, this is his first time seeing.
Yeah, no doubt. And you guys touched on the good, and I agree with you guys 100% everything y'all said. I'm going to touch on a little bit of the bad. I thought they played a good game. I loved Fitzpatrick. Terry, that connection is going to be real all year long. You can see how tight they are already. Logan Thomas, fucking, he's not no one hit wonder, like he said. What I'm still concerned about is this linebacker room.
Yes.
You saw at times, not just at times, the first couple plays of the game, it's like Holcomb was just standing there. He didn't want to go up and hit somebody. John Bostic, are you fucking kidding me? John Bostic is still fucking running past goddamn motherfuckers. You make a goddamn fucking play. It seemed like there was a whole bunch of Apkies playing on the field at times because everybody was taking bad angles left and right. It was like a team full of freaking Apkies at time, and they were all linebackers.
Don't be disrespecting Troy Apke. Did you see him on that 91-yard touchdown run? Did you see him get the edge taken away from him by that guy that blocked him one-on-one and took him out? And 91 yards later, it's a touchdown. Fucking Troy Apke.
I put this tweet out too about Jamin Davis. He played a little bit timid, but that's expected. People need to calm down on the Jamin Davis, bust of a draft pick. he's got a lot of stuff to learn, especially at that middle linebacker spot. You're the quarterback of the defense. You're a rookie. You only have 1 year of playing experience in college football, and now you're quarterback in the defense of an NFL team. People need to relax. It's going to take time. You might not even see improvements until week 3, 4, 5, or 6. But
that's too late.
It's not too late. It's
a rookie.
It could be till next year. That middle.
My only beef
spot,
is
it's
bad.
Tough. It's a tough position to play. So
it is. My only beef was he's a top 20 pick. He started 10 games last year. Why are we giving him a completely, totally different role his rookie year?
It's a good point.
Well, Jamin Davis played all over the field in Kentucky.
He did. We shouldn't.
The reason why is because we don't have a fucking middle linebacker. Period.
We don't have any linebacker.
John Bostic fucking sucks. That's why.
All
right, our first drive, Chase Young goes in. Right, causes that fumble, right? And then after that, New England started to roll the pocket, and they started to work those screens on the outside, and we were toast. Those linebackers can't get, and that's just as much on the safeties, too. Don't talk to me about how Landon Collins is doing all this great stuff. Get down here and freaking crash in there, man. Stop something, all right? We gave up so much on the outside edge the other night. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, our linebacker depth is ridiculous. It's awful.
Did you see that?
No linebacker depth.
Did my camera catch that? That was John Bostic going by right there. I think he was trying to catch a tight end.
And David Mayo. How was David Mayo a starting linebacker at all? How was that?
I didn't even really see Dave Mayo in
exactly.
With the
he was but our depth is awful too. Like
no. Oh, he started last year with the Giants, but I think that was out of necessity. So. People remember me saying that I wanted 2 linebackers picked in this draft with the first 4 picks that we had. That's going to come back to bite us in the ass because we didn't do shit in free agency either. So Bron's got to pick up somebody before, either cuts or KJ Wright's out there, man.
Thank you.
Get him. He is a veteran starting linebacker.
Avery Williamson's out there.
Because I cannot stand to see John Bostic's the back of his jersey, him taking awful fucking angles again and again and again. Go ahead, John.
I'll say this in his defense. On that little tiny bubble screen that he ran in, he got in there, missed the angle, grabbed the guy by the shoulders, got shimmied off. So you saw the front of his jersey, then the back of his jersey, then the front of his jersey, then the back of his jersey, and then the front of his jersey because he was rolling down the motherfucking field grasping air.
Yeah, we missed a lot of tackles that game. I don't care first, second, third, fourth. We missed a lot.
It's concerning, and you got to think about it, man. Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio, they were both linebackers, and you would think that they would have this situation fixed sooner rather than later. We just got to hope, man. We got to hope, and we know that it's preseason, so you got to take preseason with a grain of salt. But when you see the stuff that you saw last year continue to happen, that's a little bit worrisome. Other than that, I thought we played an excellent game, all 3 phases. Special teams, our defensive line is real. Montez Sweat wasn't there.
I don't need to see him anymore this preseason.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, we don't. On the shelf.
And I don't want to see, and I don't want to see Antonio Gibson out there with the 2s. That irritated me as well. There's no reason for him to be out there doing that. No. Go ahead, John.
I forgot what the hell I was going to say. Okay. Oh, I would definitely have Daron Payne on a side field every night this week, collecting 50 fumbles off the fucking ground. Fall. Those are game-changing plays.
Ridiculous.
How many times are you watching the game and it happens to your quarterback, happens to our guy, and the ball is on the ground, but we get it back and you go, you get that, man. It gives them that extra lifeline, that freaking sigh of relief, man. When that ball is on the ground, get that shit, and you don't just try to pick it up, fall on it and get it. Change the game.
Yeah, bro. You wouldn't have scored anyway.
they did rule that an incomplete pass.
He doesn't know that at the time.
Yeah, exactly. But still,
I know.
no, you're right. You're right.
Right?
All right,
I'll tell you what, Chase Young did that on his third rush. We're gonna have so many balls on the ground this year. Learn how to fall on them.
And it's just if you go back, if you watch that rush, I've watched it like 50 times. The move that he makes on that guy, it was sick.
Times.
It was freaking sick. I mean,
it was
all over
too.
Twitter. Everybody was posting it. So you had to have watched it a fucking 100 times.
Yeah,
he was so quick. And that's what he was doing all off season when he was out making commercials and not going to OTAs, I guess, when I was all pissed off earlier.
Tell you what, that dude thought he was going to get his hands on him, and his hands were all of a sudden grasping at air, going, "Hey, I feel like John Bostic. What the fuck?"
All right, so moving on. I want to do a little segment, game balls and goat balls. John, I want to start with you. Who's the game ball? Who you got a game ball for?
I'm only going to give one game ball out, and I'm going to give it to DeAndre Carter because I really am so happy to see somebody get something other than 2 yards on a punt return. I feel like I've been getting 2 yards on a punt return for 20 freaking years now.
Oh yeah,
I'm so glad to see it. The acceleration and the burst, I was so flipping happy.
Yeah,
so he's my game ball.
I agree. It was very refreshing to see. Trev, what you got?
I got Torrey McTyer, cornerback.
Yeah.
He came in when his name was called and he locked down receivers. He locked them down, put some blankets on them. So
he did.
Cornerback room.
He did. I liked what we saw from him, and I think we got a clip coming up here in a second.
I do. I'll tell you what. This was Joe Theismann on the replay of Torrey McTyer.
Manages to reach out just as he watch his right hand. Look at that. Just at the last second, he got his hands up in there. Had he gotten both on it, I think he would have knocked it away.
For sure.
But he did get a hand on it. He knocked it away. And it wasn't it was pretty clear as day, too.
That man, Joe Theismann,
he does say some funny things sometimes.
Yeah.
Keith, you got a game ball, man?
Yeah, it goes to Patterson, the running back, man. Guy is seizing his opportunity. I don't know what's gonna come in the end with this, but I always love the underdog stories, and he's one of them. And I didn't, I'm not gonna sit here and say I watched 100% of this game, and paid attention to all these crazy details that people are coming up with on Twitter, but from what I saw with my eyes, that guy was a workhorse.
Yep.
A true running back, so I think he's going to find a spot on this roster.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I want guys like that. This guy wants to work.
He's got the drive. He's not
in it for the money, man. He's not in it for the money. This guy, he's got the drive. He wants to do it and he wants to be successful. I'll take anybody like that on a team any day.
I think that's, another reason for cutting Lamar Miller is to, I think, get Patterson more carries in the preseason. So they want to see him more. They want to see him returning kicks, punts, and they want to see him in the backfield. And he did great. I agree with you. Game ball goes to him.
I think it's so funny, though, like when I put out there, and I always do it where I'm like, is this a bad time for a such and such versus such and such debate? And I did him versus Gibson. I wasn't serious, people.
But they take you so serious, Keith.
And I don't know why, because I've been trolling for years and I'm still going to do it, but it's like, obviously Gibson's the starter. Come on now. Like, listen, I know that I've made it very clear that my football knowledge is not up to par like some of these other gurus, but give me a break, man. I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan having fun.
My game ball goes to the offense. I think the whole offense deserves one. I'm not going to single out anybody. I think the offensive line played well, except for maybe Tamara Hemingway.
God, he was awful.
Yeah, he was pretty terrible.
He's disgusting.
But
and I know you're depressed, Jesse.
Henneke and Fitzpatrick played well. The receivers played well.
He skips right by it.
So I didn't even hear.
We'll drag him back.
I don't give a shit.
Well,
goat balls. Who gets the sack of goat balls?
I'll give it to Tamarick Hemingway. He was tripping all
I'll
over his
second
dick
that,
out there.
John. Tamarick Hemingway, missing passes, blocking God knows what. He's gone. And now he has a concussion? When did he get a concussion?
When he got knocked on his ass, his head hit the freaking ground.
Well, we know Jesse got a concussion at camp.
You know what? My sack of goat balls goes to John Bostic, obviously, but of course Dustin Hopkins.
Yeah, he's got to.
We haven't even gotten to him yet.
He's got to go. After we'll if you don't have a sack of goat balls for Dustin Hopkins, there's something wrong. John, who's your sack of goat nuts go to?
Oh, mine was going to definitely go to. I'm not going to go with the obvious. Clearly, I think it's Dustin Hopkins. Fuck that guy. I think they ought to take John Bostic right now into the trainer's room and see if he's got a lazy eye or something, because he's always missing by like a foot to the left. It's like, dude, move over just a little bit. See if his eyes are working right. But Tamarick Hemingway, that dude was penciled in as our number 2 tight end. We're going to need a blocking tight end. And not only was he outplayed by both Samus Reyes and John Bates, he was bad. He was like one of the worst guys on the field. When he got run over on that freaking on the rush by the 4th string defensive end, he got planted on his ass like that. Holy shit. Get out of here. Concussion or whatever.
No doubt.
That's my goat balls.
He should have been gone after London.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, when he flipped off the queen, that was an embarrassment.
Trev, who's your goat balls go to?
Second string and beyond linebacker depth.
Yeah,
it's awful getting pushed around. We're slow as shit. Who the fuck is Joe Walker? No, like
he's Mrs. Walker's little boy.
I mean, like, come on.
That's the best I can tell you.
It's really bad. Yeah, it's preseason, but like, we can't afford to bring our special teams linebackers that are good on special teams in on defense. Who's going to cover their spots on special teams? We can't do that. We need depth. We need a Thomas Davis leadership depth type person. Like, he didn't play much last year, but he fucking helped a little bit. Like, it's really bad, and teams are going to recognize that and eat us alive.
Ron needs to talk Luke Kuechly to come out of retirement for a year.
Go get Clay Matthews. Go get KJ Wright.
Keith, did you give us a goat sack?
No, because as fan ambassador, I love everyone on the football team.
They're all special in their own way.
Listen, leaders help uplift other leaders. Sorry, guys.
We need some leaders on special teams. Kicking.
That's true.
Kicking.
That's true. Well, then I'll give a goat sack for you. I think Hopkins deserves another fucking nut sack because he's.
I didn't say
awful.
him. Yeah, I didn't say him because that's an obvious.
Yeah,
bring in somebody at least to motivate him.
Before we get to Hopkins real quick, Before we get to Hopkins real quick, I do want to point out Samus Reyes. He surprised me a little bit.
For the first time he ever played football.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, people got on him for double catching, but Jesus, it's not. Even, I don't care about those two. I don't. Yeah, he caught it. I don't care about those catches that he made. I care about the inline blocking, and he was mauling over people. You know, he was getting into it, and it was surprising. And I think he makes his team if he keeps going.
He's been in the playbook.
To Hemingway.
He didn't even look lost out there. Like he didn't.
Right. He looked like he belonged. Yeah. He looked like he belonged.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get to Dustin Hopkins real quick, man. It's time. It's been time. I had a lot of people text me saying it's just preseason.
Whatever.
He's a good kicker. You know, weeks 12 through 16 last
year,
he did 95%. I said, what about fucking weeks 1 through 12 last year?
Thank you.
Do they not count?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you want your kicker has the potential to win the game for you, right?
Literally,
or lose it.
Right, or lose it. But in the sense of you want that confidence that your kicker is going to go in and make more than obviously miss. Now, are they going to miss field goals and we're going to lose the game? Unfortunately, yeah, that's a part of the game. But as a fan, you want to have confidence that your kicker is going to go in and give it the best shot.
I cringe every time he comes out. I can't look at the fucking TV.
We don't have that confidence, and that's part of the problem.
He's missing 40, like 40 and below, 50 and below field goals.
Right.
These are automatics nowadays.
Right. 45 on in for an NFL kicker ought to be automatic. I see. The one thing I keep saying is if you keep making excuses for your kicker, you need a new fucking kicker. They get in their head. They get in their head, man, and they can't get out of these mental blocks. They're weird. They hit the wall, and that's the end of them. Did you see anything in either one of those snap holds that would have led you?
Nothing was wrong with them.
Nothing
Blow a 40-yard kick
at all.
And that's why I'm surprised.
What happened
at
last
what
year?
Rivera
With Sundberg, same shit fucking happened. We had Sundberg.
But he's one of the
years.
best long snappers in the game. Yeah.
I tell you what, there's continents full of fucking people that have been kicking soccer balls since they were 3 goddamn years old. You tell me we can't find. I would get a bus full of them and have them all get off the goddamn bus right in front of Dustin Hopkins. Hey, Dustin, come out here and look at this.
That's one thing.
Bring some fire.
I put out a tweet. I have
El
not
Quito
questioned.
can kick. I'm just letting you guys know. I mean,
I believe he could.
I have not questioned Ron Rivera really at all since he's became a coach until now. I don't understand why he did not bring in some competition at least.
At least to be like, yo, Dustin, like this is for real. Like, we might have extended you, but like, this is for real. You got to get it together.
And if he can't handle the pressure, then he can't. He don't need to be fucking kicked. Look, this goes back. This is not a new thing. It goes back from 2016. He cost us a fucking game, made a tie, and then that in turn cost us a playoff berth at the end of the season.
Big time.
So
our offense is our offense is going to get closer to the red zone now this year. I think we're not going to score. We're going to be in a lot of more games. Like, we're going to be in games, and it's going to come down to him to make sure that we can either.
We are not a team that can afford to leave points out there.
Yeah, we can't.
You said 2016.
Yeah.
That's when Kirk Cousins was the quarterback.
The
right?
Bengals. Yeah, it was a game in London.
That wasn't Hopkins' fault.
Kirk.
No, that wasn't
bullshit. It wasn't Hopkins' fault. No,
they're gonna fit Kirk with his own special player.
If we would have won that game, don't you just want to throw shade at fucking Cousins because you're a closet Cousins lover and you do not.
Why?
There's something in that game that I can't remember that happened that I know it's Kirk Cousins' fault.
No, was Kirk Cousins the holder?
Guys, I'm making jokes. Jesus.
They don't even. Everybody takes you seriously, Kate.
I know. Like, what is going on here? Like, I just literally just said I don't remember what happened. But it's Kirk Cousins' fault, and they're like, I don't think it's Kirk Cousins' fault. And they start giving me Kirk Cousins analysis. Like, I hate both of you. Like,
if you didn't hate Kirk Cousins so much, we probably wouldn't give you any Kirk Cousins analysis.
I'm sure it was Kirk Cousins' fault back in 2016, though. So
okay, so question now. I have a question now. So what happens if Dustin Hopkins misses one more kick in the preseason? Do we keep him?
No, he's got to go.
We keep him now.
Not like
we want him to go.
The team. No, I think Ron Rivera will still be like, yeah, it was just he's still our guy.
It's hard to say.
He did say
if he misses one more, he's got to bring someone else in.
Well, when I saw that talk on Twitter, a lot of people were like, "Well, who are they going to bring in?" So
there's
like,
anybody
doesn't matter.
There's
available
kickers out there.
No. I agree with you guys, but I'm just saying, who is a legit kicker that is available that they could bring in?
I'd have to research it, but I'm sure.
Yeah, you got to research.
I'm sure there's some kind of veteran. There's some veteran out there.
Yeah, let's face it. Yeah, right now, he's a 0% kicker. I'm sure we could find somebody that could do better than that.
Yeah,
he's a 0% kicker.
All right, guys, we got to pay the bills real quick, so we're going to get to our commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Johnson, you're fired.
Oh, no. Johnson, you're fired. Oh, not again.
Johnson, you're fired.
Oh, darn it. Now what am I going to do?
Are you tired of getting fired for fucking up your job?
Uh-huh.
Are you sick of suddenly being unemployed because of your continual failure to do the most important part of your job?
Oh, you bet.
Well, now you can learn the secrets to not losing your job with the new book, The Dustin Hopkins Method to Never Get Fired, no matter how bad you fuck things up.
Hi, this is Dustin Hopkins, place kicker for the Washington football team, and I can teach you my secrets for not getting fired. Did you know I used to be pretty good at kicking field goals?
Yes, you too can learn to use. I used to be pretty good at this, and hundreds of other tested and approved excuses like, the new long snapper has a funny name, the defense looks big and scary, the holder farted during my approach, my jockstrap is itchy, a bug landed on my face mask, and much, much more.
Wow, that sounds great.
It is. With the Dustin Hopkins method to never get fired no matter how bad you fuck things up, your boss won't even think about looking for your replacement.
That sounds super because I fuck things up a lot.
So do I, Johnson. So do I.
How do I get the Dustin Hopkins method to never get fired no matter how bad you fuck things up? To get your copy of the Dustin Hopkins method to never get fired no matter how bad you fuck things up, send $19.95 to Dustin Hopkins, P.O. Box 79, Wide Left, Wisconsin, 905G8. Or go to howthehelldoesthisguy.com today.
Act today, and you have Dustin Hopkins' personal guarantee that you will never get fired again.
Oh, boy.
Dustin Hopkins' personal guarantee to never get fired again, not valid in any country on planet Earth.
And we are back. So let's get to some overreactions a little bit. People say that I overreacted to the Dustin Hopkins field goal missing. A lot of people kind of got on me about that, which I don't give a fuck. It's ridiculous.
Not overreaction.
Not overreaction. So I want to go with you guys to and see if y'all what overreactions that y'all have seen to the slate. It could be from our game or any of the other NFL games throughout the weekend. John, I'll start with you.
Oh, my favorite of the entire weekend is Trey Lance. Oh my God,
yes.
Trey Lance.
80-yard bomb.
Right, he hits an 80-yard broken play. Right. It's a nice throw. That's fine. That's great. But other than that, he's something like 4 out of 14 for 45 yards. And everybody's like, oh, he's everything they thought he was going to be. Okay. What's that? All of the hype over the rookie quarterbacks this week. But I think my favorite one came from Washington Football Addicts, middle of the first quarter. This is the defense that's got y'all thinking we're going 13-4. Dude, first fucking preseason game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No. Definitely the quarterback thing. That's kind of going to be one of my overreactions too. So I'll get more on that. Trev, what overreactions did you see this weekend?
Definitely the rookie quarterbacks, but for sure Trey Lance. Even Courtney Rivera, Ron's daughter, even tweeted like she was sick of the headlines about Trey Lance's 80-yard bomb, making people think he threw for 80 yards, but he threw a 40-yard pass and the receiver ran for an extra 40 yards. Like that doesn't make Trey Lance the shit.
It was a nice throw.
It was definitely a nice throw, but like he's that doesn't mean his quarterback won. Like not even close.
Yeah. Keith, you got any overreactions? You are on mute.
Yeah. Sorry about that. My kid was a little whiny at the moment. The Bears, they're going to the Super Bowl. We should have traded up for Fields, man.
Justin Fields QB1.
We really fucked the donkey on this one.
Yes.
Yeah. No, and that's mine too. In our buddy Rio, I think he put out a tweet that said we're really going to be all these quarterbacks are all these first year quarterbacks are all balling out. And the fact of the matter is they're going up against 3s and 4s.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to take the preseason with a grain of fucking salt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields, when he was going up against 1s and 2s, he didn't look so damn good. Okay.
No.
When later on in the game, when you're going up against people that are not going to be on an NFL team in a couple of weeks, that a lot of people can look good. Yeah, a lot of rookie quarterbacks, they look good. Okay, it happens. It's preseason. It's vanilla. No one's game planning for you whatsoever. Okay, and
really, they're not showing shit.
Go ahead, Trevor.
I've got another one. A lot of Dallas Cowboy Twitter feeds from their practice squad saying, "Oh, such and such mossed him," and Trevon Diggs with blanket cup. No, like they're overreacting on their cornerback. It's just everybody. I just don't like that when it's
every Cowboy fan in the history of ever thinks they're fucking going to the Super Bowl.
I just got a call. Dak Prescott's getting another MRI. I think a half hour after the last one that he got, just to make sure everything's good.
I got one. I got one more. And this is a tweet from Pete Haley. He said, since William Jackson III played more man-to-man and had his back to the quarterback, and now he's playing more zone coverage. And Ron Rivera just said that he's going to be using his eyes looking at the quarterback a lot more, and it's going to be an adjustment. Some dude at DC Sports 444 says he's giving me Josh Norman vibes. Let's pay a man and then not play him to the strengths.
I don't think they're going to tell you what they're going to do with him right now.
Yeah, why would they do that?
I have zero qualms with.
Do some of these people even watch the football? Like,
all right, let's move on. I want to get to this upcoming game against Cincinnati. It's their first home game. I'm going to be there. Yay!
Yay!
Now that
that was very exciting.
We've kind of seen a little bit of the team this week. What improvements or what do we want to see them do better? John, I'll start with you.
I want to see John Bostic make a tackle. I would be pretty happy if John Bostic made a tackle. Just get in there on the right freaking angle and make a tackle. I swear to God, that dude gets shimmied, he gets shook, he gets shaken baked, he gets okey doked. There's every adjective you can think of about how to miss a tackle. He is that. And I'm getting sick and tired of seeing it. I really am. I'm sick and tired.
Me too. No, me too.
Sick up to here.
Trevor, what do you want to see come Friday night?
I want to see some of the receivers fighting for that spot, run a little bit more time with the 1s and 2s. I think they'll be displayed better if they have a better quarterback throwing the ball rather than Steven Montez, and that way we can really see how they perform with the important people.
Yeah, 1 out of 10. Steven Montez's facial hair. What do you think? I'm giving it like a 4.
It's getting there.
Keith, what do you want to see in this upcoming game, man?
Keith's frozen.
Is he frozen or is he just?
Oh, he's got narcolepsy, doesn't he?
Oh, Keith. What I want to see again, just no injuries. We got lucky coming out. Besides, I think a concussion to Tamarick Hemingway, and I want to see some better tackling.
Yes.
Last
get him on the ground.
Yeah, last week was a little rough. I'm going to try to just kind of put that off as to some rust that they really didn't do a whole lot of tackling in training camp so far. So I want to see it get better. It's got to get better. The linebackers got to get better. Otherwise, we're going to be in the same boat as we were last year. I want to see
strange to me.
I want to see Jamin Davis be a little bit more comfortable out there. Stop thinking so much and just play ball. He's got some rope with me, at least. I know some other people are already trying to give up on him.
Think he's the best. Of course they are.
But,
I was kind of one of those. I'm not ready to give up on him, but I want to see something, man.
You shouldn't, and you will see something. It's just going to take some time, man. Like I said, he's learning a lot, and he's thinking, and soon he's just going to be able to play. He's not going to have to think. So we do have to give him some rope. And in time, I think he's going to be a very good linebacker. Keith, what do you want to see this upcoming game? Did he fall asleep again?
He is asleep.
Yeah, he's asleep again.
Keith is having issues.
Yeah, he's
having. Yeah.
There he is.
Hey, Keith, how you doing?
Hey.
Yeah, man, my Metro PCS Wi-Fi, I just got an email and it said
that boost boost in your life.
So the payment was due, and I was like, F y'all, I ain't paying it. And they were like, well, we don't care what you're doing.
You gotta switch over to Boost Mobile.
All right, where are we at?
What do you want to see in this upcoming game?
I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, you do.
No,
you're gonna be there with your kid.
Bring your 5-year-old. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I care about that. Like, I care about having a good time watching the game, but I'm not gonna be specifically watching. Listen, my judgments are for week 1. I want to see what the offense, can do for a full game. I want to see what the defense can do for a full game. And then I want to completely overreact based upon, if we lose, I want to completely overreact and say how our team stinks.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Right. I mean, that's just where I'm at. So really what I'm looking at is, again, just watching, paying attention to the offense. Can our ones drive the ball down and score, and then can we pull them off the field and call it a day? I'm okay with that. And then, like I said, for me, even I'm going because I have a kid that actually wants to do something with me.
That's cool.
Unlike my oldest one. So heck, hey, my man said he's a Redskins fan, and I don't have the heart to tell him that we're not the Redskins anymore. So,
he'll figure it out.
It is what it is. That's it.
Yeah, I just want to see fun. I don't really even care about scoring all that much. I just want to see the offense be functional like they were last week. Just do a little bit more. Get in.
I'd like to see a little more out of the first running backs. Get a little bit more daylight.
Yeah, I think Gibson did okay. He did fine. I don't want no more than 5 carries for Gibson though. We need him healthy.
Yeah. Jesse, did you say you were going to be at this game?
I'm going to be at the game.
Oh, well then I want to see you, big boy.
Bring the loofah. Make sure you bring the loofah.
I mean, I'm no Sims or Hemingway, but yeah.
I wish we had time. I wish we had time for the loofah story.
The loofah story's coming. Keep tuned in.
Yeah, you got to keep tuning in for the loofah story. But yeah, I think.
Yes, we are, aren't we?
I told John the story this week.
Yeah,
Trev, the loofah story. I'll tell it. I don't care. I ain't even embarrassed. Real quick. So, Trev, what happened was Jesse and I were staying at the Airbnb, right? And I've never stayed at one before. So I see this loofah, and I'm like,
this motherfucker thought it was a communal loofah.
I'm like, oh no! I thought it was new. Right. I thought it was new. I didn't pay attention to it. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, man. They got a loofah. So here I am, using it. Well, then after like the next day, I'm like
using it.
And I'm like, oh dang, I think that's Jesse's. And so I come out and I tell Jesse the story, and I'm like, bro, I just put my loofah all over, or your loofah all over my frontal area. And Jesse goes, that's
in my
okay.
face. No, you put it on your face too. And
oh yeah.
I said the joke's on him because I've been wiping my ass with that thing for 6 fucking months.
Right. You know what? And I'll tell you what, Jesse, you think you just got him, but the fact of the matter is exfoliating ass flakes really, really help your skin tone.
Well, this all, is the reason why I had pink eye 3 days later.
Oh, conjunctivitis. Damn.
Got some bad static. Keith, you got some, or Trevor, you
might be me.
You got some static. You got some static.
Let me change my.
All right, we're gonna move on to Keith's corner. This is part of the show where Keith, we don't know what Keith is going to say, but the microphone is his. And go ahead, man.
So usually I take this time to bitch and complain about something that's happened, but I'm not going to do that this episode, and maybe not anymore. I want to talk about what's currently going on with the hog farmers. Obviously, everyone knows that we still have the raffle going on until August 31st. Also today I mentioned about tailgating and picking up some Keith specials, which is just basically hot dogs, chips, and water. You're more than welcome to donate. If you just want to come hang out and grab a bite to eat, that's cool too. There's no pressure put on this or expectations, but again, the more money that we can raise for these families, the better off they're going to be. So, let's make the Red Zone Lot Week 1 a huge party. Stop on by, hang out, come talk to us, and so on. It'd be super cool. Also want to talk about the hog farmers and something big that's happening right now. Unfortunately, there was a young man named Jalen who was diagnosed and only has 2 months to live. And when we found that out, hog farmers reached out to the family, and they were like, listen, how can we get involved? How can we help? And mother, basically, Jalen's mom, gave a list of a lot of things that they want to obviously knock off. And so that was a tough task. Unfortunately, hog farmers, at that moment could not, fulfill all of those, but we were going to send this young man and his family to Six Flags. And thanks to some people that had randomly tweeted some other big time charitable organizations, one actually reached out called FAM. It's basically fighting all monsters. This was a gentleman who in the past ran some marijuana dispensaries and decided, what, I'm going to flip and I want to start an organization, and I kind of want to get off away from all that other stuff and start doing a lot of good with some things. And man, basically sent a grant to the hog farmers for $10,000. That $10,000 is going to help along with the money that the hog farmers raised, which I believe was close to $3,000 in just 2 days. And they're going to provide this family with the entire wish list. So super cool. Yeah. If you're looking at the organization, it's at Milk Tyson. Again, he was the founder of Fighting All Monsters. And the reason why that he had the 10,000 was, and unfortunately I don't have the name in front of me. I wasn't even going to mention this part, but I just think that it should be done. Is there was money raised for a child that recently passed away, and in her name, and again, I apologize for not, being able to speak on her name. I just wasn't prepared to actually talk about this, but that was basically from this child. And so now this child is providing something for, this other child, Jalen, and just couldn't be happier to do what we can as a charitable organization. And big things are going to happen now that, people are seeing. There's a really cool graphic. If you go to at the Hog Farmers, you'll see, the graphic where it's together, where Jalen's wishes, are real. They become real. Like, this is what it should be like. All these charitable organizations trying to work together and utilizing the resources that they have to be able to help these kids, and these families that are in need. So it was just a really cool experience. If you want to learn more about it, definitely go to the Hog Farmers timeline at the Hog Farmers. And they'll, there's all types of tweets in there that really talks about this. And to be honest, with this whole boxing glove blunder, I'm really sad that that was talked about more than something like this, because to me, this is way more important. Imagine being the family, the mother and father of this child that, has to, go through this. This is the type of stuff that's more important than some stupid ass boxing gloves. Simple as that. And one last thing. Right. And one last thing that I will say about it. I was going to take a negative approach about this boxing glove situation because I was fired up today. I just want to repeat this. The people that were involved that feel differently than I do. All right. I don't want to mention names because I don't think it's necessary. I just know that the people that were giving me different feedback, just because we don't see eye to eye doesn't mean that I think that they're bad people. They should not be portrayed as bad people on Twitter. I think everyone had an opinion, and unfortunately the opinions didn't fit well. I do feel that people need to be held accountable for what they said. Okay. And unfortunately that's happening. Don't know what the relationships will be like, out of all these people, but at the end of the day, I have nothing negative to say about them. They all in their own way help and give to charities. And I hope that continues regardless of this situation. And I hope that, people can just move forward from it, and it is what it is. Now, earlier today, I was fired up. I was upset, because I don't think that a tweet was needed from Coach, but that's what happened. You can't change the time. The only thing we can do is focus forward. And I think, there's obviously a lot of great charitable organizations out there, but I'm always going to stick to the ones that I know and know these guys personally, and the Hog Farmers have everyone's best intentions. And I can't wait to continue on with this journey. And that's where my focus is going to be, not some BS Twitter drama over boxing gloves.
Hogfarmerscharity.org.
Well said. Well said, Keith.
Well said, Keith.
Yeah. Guys, Twitter can just be volatile and
man, people
downright.
will throw gasoline on you just to watch you burn and laugh.
That's true.
When you do it.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
It doesn't. Yeah, so you just rise above. And I like to always what I like to always say: fuck them. Fuck them.
I do want to point out, though, one thing that I am very tired about, and I'm sure you guys have heard this before, but just because that there's an issue with something and I've been appointed fan ambassador doesn't mean
I wanted to bring that up too. Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I filled every complaint that someone has on Twitter. And the fact
you
that
shouldn't have to fill.
Yeah. First of all, that's not part of it's not a part of the program.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You're not a conflict manager.
Oh, wait a minute.
Right.
I want my goddamn money back. I paid $20 to have a sit down with you, and Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's that
gets tossed out a lot. And to be quite honest, like I combat it before, but now I'm just not, I'm done. Like I'm going to be honest, and I'm not going to worry about hurting people's feelings over it. Just because I'm appointed an ambassador doesn't mean that I filled every complaint. And people got on to me. They're like, well, it came off like you were, talking down to people because I said that I didn't get paid. No, I don't get paid. So why would I field someone's complaint? Oh, Ron did not say thank you for the gloves. Oh,
I'm never going to be a fan.
They issued you a
hey,
monocle.
Mr. Wright, guess
and
what I heard as fan ambassador? I heard that the Twitter people were upset. So I must inform you, and this must be handled. That's not the point of the ambassador program.
Not even close.
Not even close to it. And,
he's supposed to go to foreign dignitaries' funerals.
You're supposed to go to bat for the fellow fans.
He's supposed to cut ribbons
Keith.
at openings of new drugstores.
Yeah,
you're the voice of the fans, Keith.
Yeah, I'm the voice. Like,
I don't know. My voice is a bit deeper than that.
One more thing I want to touch on. This is just coming up. You know how the making the brand, okay? The new video just came out.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is what's going on right now on Twitter. People are trying to guess what.
Oh, big time.
The names that were bleeped out. They're talking about the syllables. They're talking. I'm not.
Did you see? Did you read his lips? He said
yes.
He said red wolves.
I'm not gonna lie. I kept
exactly
pausing
what's
to try
happening
to read the papers
right now.
I kept pausing it.
I saw you tweet that. I saw you trying to figure out something.
I was. But other than that, I'm like, whatever. I'm just ready.
I think it goes one syllable, two syllables. No, then three syllables.
I think he said wolves in that one. I think his mouth said red.
Wouldn't it be great if they named the team the Bleeps because they say, well, we already told you. We told you back in August.
I will say this.
We're the Bleeps.
I will make this note. At training camp, Keith did say he's advocating for Commanders. And I did notice Commanders popped up on that video.
I think Commanders sounds like an arena league team.
Me too.
My points on Commanders.
The command.
My points on Commanders are on point. I'll fight to this day.
I'm on the Commander boat with you, Keith.
Do I think it's the name? I think it's the best choice.
Boats are not allowed to have two commanders.
Yeah,
all right, well,
whatever.
I'm rowing up to the boat.
Listen, that's all the time that we're going to have for this this episode. Trev, what you got coming down the pipeline? You are now with Football Garbage Time.
Welcome to the podcast family, man. We're glad that we found you.
I appreciate it, man. I'm having the blast. It's an incredible journey. Started with appearing on All Burgundy and Gold Everything with Wole at Urban Sports Scene. He linked me to Football Garbage Time. I'm co-host of that. I'm a special guest on Ref the District with Stoner and Nathan, and now I'm appearing on your guys' podcast. This is all happening so fast, but it's so fun. I'm loving it.
Yeah, you like us best. Go ahead and say so. You like us best.
Don't worry, we won't tell the others.
Okay, that's right. You're ambassador, Keith, so you can't say
nobody here.
I must fill this complaint.
Where can
there's way too many Redskins and
where can
podcasts.
The listeners find you?
Mr. Wright.
They can find me on Twitter at Trev Stores WFT. I'm also affiliated with Full Press Coverage Washington. I've got some articles with them published on the internet and everywhere. Football Garbage Time, Ref the District, and now you guys sometimes, I guess.
Cool.
So
yeah,
cool.
Anytime you want.
Hell yeah,
always.
You can catch John at Bang Radio, Keith at KG Skins 26. I am Jesse's 24. John, you had something else?
Yeah, it's at Bang Radio Hour. I can't
at Bang Radio Hour. Damn it!
I can't change it. You can't change your at name.
I'm sorry. You can catch us on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple, wherever you can find the fucking podcast. You can find.
Oh, Mr. Lawler showed up again. Let me fill this complaint as the ambassador, Mr. Wright. We're being trolled by Tim Lawler. What can you do about this?
Open the Lawler file, Mr.
Catch
Ambassador.
y'all next week. Hail to the team.
Yes, sir.